Alright, so why is Holy Burst so good and most of the epic skills so bad? And some common skills really good as well. So I went into the data tables and found this power rating thing that skills have, which basically means for these multi-hit skills, if they get a damage reduction for each multi-hit or not. So you need to count the amount of hits you get. Like for Diamond Rain, I averaged around 18. For the Hydro Laser, it was around 15. The Holy Burst was around 6, so you take the total amount of hits in a comparison to see the real amount of power. So the power displayed in the tooltip in the game next to the cooldown isn't really correct. It's correct for the single target hits. So you'll see now Wind Edge did around 5 and 4, and then we got 8 and 9 on Airblade. The Wind Edge has like a 50% damage reduction, while Airblade does not have any damage reduction. Flare Storm was pretty interesting because it did have like a max hit of 5, but it was individual for each tornado. It actually deals double damage. You can see almost the last row we got the power rate 2 on Flare Storm because it's actually hitting 10 times with a power rating of 0.2. Then you have something like Holy Burst doing 6 times damage. It didn't have any power reduction at all. So that's why it's doing so much more DPS. While the laser skills, these are rough DPS based on basic CT, but that doesn't change a whole lot with like Serenity and stuff. It follows pretty linearly. But this isn't the only thing you need to consider. So, okay, so I exported everything and tried to put it up in this raw data table on the website. So you got all the skills like Absolute Frost. You've got the file name for the effects it has. So some skills have 2 effects, like Acid Rain. First it sends out the thing, and then it rains, and each hit is doing 20% of the intended damage. Stuff like that. You get the power rating, which is what we just discussed, like All Range Thunder. Each lightning streak it sends out is doing 50% damage. You got Apocalypse dealing 15% damage with a max hit of 5 per tornado. So it's usually like if you bounce to another tornado, then you'll get hit 10 times and you'll take like, what's this, 150%. But if you only get hit by one tornado, you're not getting hit for a whole lot anyway. So some things to consider now, except for only the power rating, which is a little bit interesting. So I didn't clean this up very much. I am expecting like a balance patch. I don't want to commit too much time if I need to redo everything soon. So it should be roughly enough. You got the element of the attack, the if it can be inherited or not. Like some of these exclusive skills can't be inherited with breeding. Category, shot or melee. I didn't find a difference here. I did test. I think it was Blasphemous has the Brawn Impact and the Fireball. One is shot, one is melee. And he has different melee and shot stats, but they did the same damage. So I just think melee is ignored for now. I think all the skills are using shot or something from that test. Raycast, no idea what this is. And then we have the minimum range and the max range, which can be pretty interesting. Like if you're running an Airblade Rock Burst build, you probably want to keep the third skill as well on 0, so the pal doesn't do this jumping back animation. Then you have the max range, which is like pretty important for raid pals. How far away, like if they need to run over to Libro, Rio, Signal Lord every time they teleport and stuff. We got the cooldown time, the ragdoll size, which is something like water ball. Yeah, we got aqua burst. So if a pal is in the category small, each pal has their own category. If the pal is small, it will get knocked down by aqua burst. Is pretty much what this means. Then we have the aggregates if they freeze or burn or stun or whatever. Let's go back to the end here. Aggregate and the effect value. And then I lost the borders here. I need to add them again. We'll get to that. Let's see now. Can I get to the last? So I didn't get the border here for notes. So some of the data is kind of hidden in the files. So I've been adding it manually when I find it. So I will see if I can move this window. Can I do that? Perfect. Alright, so you got this healing thing. So Lily's skill is not used until she's below 70%. So there were some small notes to be added for some of these exclusive skills. And I'll be adding that as I find it. Like, you got the Stone Cannon one. It is the only skill with a second aggregate, a 20% chance to stun, which is a bit of a weird one. I haven't seen it happen a whole lot. And then we have some stuff for like how many flame funnel spawns you get, how long flame funnel lasts, shot volumes for like bubbles on the bubble blast. So a lot of the skills in this game seem to have their own like unique coding. Like you'll have these breathing skills like bubble shot here is like max amount of bubbles it shoots, I guess. So that's it for this. Use this table if you want. I'll put a link in the description. I don't think I'm gonna mess around too much with it now. I might clean it up a little bit, but I'm probably expecting a sort of balanced patch to all of this. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. But for now, thanks for watching.